Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's Tier 1 stream here. Round 13, the penultimate race at Zandvoort. Only 19 drivers in tonight, but title very much on the line between Pink and Rick. Just checking the standings now. Pink in the lead by 2 points, 216 points to Rick's 214 points, so extremely close, 2 points, so not a lot of difference. But yeah, just this round, and then next week the finale, as Mechanicals let me know the weather. Dry quality, wet race. Great. This is going to be interesting. Evening, bud, as well. Thanks for tuning in. Got Kieran out on track. He's the only one at the moment. Just have a look at the tyres there. Everyone's on the softs, which I would expect everyone would want to save that extra set of mediums for the race. But with it being wet, will they? We will see. We will see. Got Mechanical on an outlap as well now. One of the Hasses is out. Is it Sammy? It is. Haas and Alpine still in a very close battle as well for the constructors. Haas have actually jumped above Alpine this week. Let me find them constructors' standings. Haas at the top on 742. Alpine second on 738. So just 4 points separating the Haas and the Alpine. So all championships, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 drivers and the constructors are still on the line with 2 races to go. So extremely close. Kieran on his lap now, just coming up to DRS straight in end of sector 2. 48.6. Now, if I remember rightly, Kieran, while he may not be the fastest of drivers, he does normally do alright here. In quali anyways. His quali pace is normally alright here. And it's a 1:09.6, which, based on what I've been reading from Pink, I don't think it's going to be alright, but I'm sure he'll improve. We've got Colin next. James Brown just started a hot lap. (1:09.6). Sammy next. Sammy 1:09.9. His sector 2 split looks a little slower, but still got a lot of battery, so I don't think he's utilised his battery so much across the early parts of the lap. He'll burn everything he can now. It's a 1:10.4, so yeah, not going to be enough. I think Airways was next out. I'll be back in just a second. Anyway, Sector 2 is slower than James Brown's. Good evening, Pink. It says the race is wet to dry, so ooh, definitely going to be an interesting one. There's a 112. Chip next. .49 flat, still not quick. Kieran and Collins early laps, I think we're a 48.6 through Sector 2. Chip a 110.4. Flicks a 109.9, goes P4. Red Bull teammate, hindsight, a 119.2. I think he did have a moment in Sector 2. I noticed he let Flicks through. Got Harold and JJ on a lap. Harold is next, 48.6 through Sector 2. So that's more on the pace. That's up there with Colin and Kieran. A 109.6. So he is up there with Colin and Kieran. JJ was a 48.5 through Sector 2, so a tenth quicker. See what he manages now out of the final corner. 109.4. 2 tenths quicker. But here we go, Rick on a lap. Let's see what Rick's got. .48.193. So he's over 3 tenths quicker than JJ's Sector 2 split. Are we going to get a 109 flat, or is he going to go straight into the 108s? Oh, 109.5, slower. Didn't expect that. Bruges on his lap now. He's only just started it. Unless James Brown going for another no. Hindsight, no. Flicks. Well, Flicks has gone for another, but he's behind. No, he's not. He's not behind Bruges. Flicks 48.3, so again, oh, 10.5 quicker than JJ, but oh yeah, caught some gravel on his tyres and then lost traction. So he will have lost time. I'd expect to see him pull into the pits. Oh, he didn't. He carried on going for it. Improved by 2 tenths, but only P6. Bruges 109.9, goes P8. Glock 109.3, goes P1. One of the Sabres now, Poly Orange. Oh, he's just... No, Poly Orange is on a lap. James Brown has just started his lap. LOI Colin, 110 flat. As Colin says, Rick short shifted in 8th and lifted before the line. So Rick's playing games, is he? Is that what he's saying? Let's see what Paulie Orange has got. 109.6 goes P4. 4 guys now in the 109.6s. Pink's on an out lap. Volvo's just coming out of the pits. We've got Armar on a lap. .48.3 sector 2, not a bad time. And Rick goes quicker on his second run, a 109.199. Armar on his first run, 109.3, goes P3. But now we have Pink on a lap. Let's see what Pink has got. A 47.7 sector 2, so that's about 8 tenths. 48. That's about 6 tenths quicker than we've seen so far. Obviously, I missed Rick's on his fastest lap. But this is quick. 108.5 straight away. Which, yeah. From what I gathered from the conversation last night, I think that's what he had in TT originally, a 108.5. We've got Bobo on a lap as well now. .47.9, so just a little behind Pink. .108.9 up to P2. I've missed Ant's sector 2 split, but he's backed out. Chips on a push lap. Chip. 110 for Ant's gone again. Glock has quit within the pits, so's Paulie Orange. JJ the same. Kieran a 1094, so he did improve up to P7. Mechanical retired on his first lap of a 1096. One of the Red Bulls coming up to the line. That's Hindsight, 110.2. And he's getting a slipstream as well. And up to P7, a 1094. Flicks, invalidated. Is that coming right final corner? Harold, who's not on a lap. Oh, Harold. He's just starting one. Oh, James Brown, 5th place penalty for a collision with Kieran. LOI Colin just starting a lap. Kieran on his way into the pits as well. Yeah, he is. Chip not improving through sector 2. Just the final sector to go. Chip got out the way there of the 2 Red Bulls coming through. Hindsight gone for another lap. Flicks is taking the line, so Flicks didn't make it. Bruges obviously not come out of the pits as well, so Bruges is at risk here from LOI Colin and Captain Hindsight. Colin is improving. A 10th and a half, which would see him through. Oh, and it does. He knocks Bruges out. Can Hindsight do anything about that? No, Hindsight's backed out. So losing Bruges, Hindsight, James Brown and Chip. But Pink setting the pace. Bobo and Pink the only 2 in the 108s. Rick doing the 2 runs on the same tyres. Or, well, multiple laps on the same tyres. 109, 199, and then JJ not too far behind him. And Glock as well, 1093, Armar 1093. So it's quite close in that, I don't want to say midfield, but from, I'd say 3rd down is pretty close. James Brown picking up a 5th place penalty as well. Bruges, Hindsight, James Brown and Chip Hazard were losing. Kieran first out again. So here we go, Kieran is going to get us underway. And mechanicals crashed out. Entrance to turn 4, is that? Yeah, it's crashed out. So as long as everyone sets a lap, mechanical will be P15. That is not the start to Q2 he wanted. Kieran now out the final corner. Up to the line, 109.790. So slower than his first Q1 run. Airways 109.9, Sammy 109.9. JJ just about to start his hot lap. Rick's next. Rick 109.5, so used tyres, I'm guessing. Harold a 109.4, JJ 109 flat. Rick a 109.5, but I'm guessing that was his burner lap that he normally does, and he'll go again now. No, he's into the bits. Sideways. Flicks coming round to the final corner now. Amar 109 flat as well. Flicks 109.5. Paulie Orange is in sector 1. Glock's ahead of him, just coming to the end of sector 1. And here he is now, Glock, just 2 corners to go. That big right hander out. Looked like he had a bit of a wobble. 12 flat, so yeah, not good enough there. LOI Collins crashed out, same place as Mechanical. So that is not a corner for Collins, it appears. Polly Orange, a 109.3 as well, put himself up to P3. Got Pink on a lap now. And Pink now out the final corner. Here we go. 108.4. Quicker than he went in Q1. Bobo's just started a lap. We've got Ant ahead of him on track. Ant's on a lap. Got JJ going again as well. It is JJ's ahead. JJ not improving through sector 2. That yellow flag is for Pink moving out the way, the car's coming through. JJ's hit a bit of grass there as well, so expect him in the pits. Yep. And round the final corner. 109.2 was just behind his teammate. Sammy. $109.7, only P9 for Sammy though. What has Bobo got? Well, it's not quick enough. He's into the pits. Bobo with no time on the board yet. Kieran says need to find a lap of magic on his fresh set. Yeah, I mean, there's a few mistakes flying in and around there. Bobo drops it at the chicane. Ah, fair enough. We've got Airways just started a lap now. Improving through sector 1, see what he does through sector 2. Improving by 3.5 tenths. We're putting around flicks. Does even better than that, improves again through sector 3, so 6 tenths improvement. Goes up to P5 for Airways. Rip back out, almost a 7/10 improvement through sector 2. It's going to be in the 8s. 108.4 just behind Pink. And Flicks 1091 goes P5. That's dropped Kieran out. Bobo on his out lap. Pink on scrubbed. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Horrible bastard. See what Bobo can do now. As he has Kieran just coming out the pits ahead of him. Bobo pushing and Kieran not out the way yet. Oh, he is there, he's wide. Bobo 47.9 sector 2, which is a good time, but he's hit some gravel there. Cut that corner a little too much. I think that's going to cost him some time. Up to the line, 108.7, so if it did cost him time, it's not cost him too much. Flicks and JJ retired. Glock, a 1.2 second improvement at sector 2 to put him only around Kieran, Sammy. So as long as he keeps it up through sector 3 now, he should move up further. 109.3 does up to P8. Paulie Orange has just started his lap. Harold coming up to the final corner. Harold 109.1 goes P6. Sammy's just finished his lap, only a 109.4. What's Kieran got? And we will see. He's out of battery. 109.1, just above Harold. P6 for Kieran, which dropped Glock to P10. Paulie Orange on a lap. Sammy's pushing. Paulie Orange is improving by almost quarter of a second, so it's not over yet. We've got Ant on an outlap as well. Airways in the pits, so Airways is done. .109 flat from Paulie Orange, P5. So Paulie Orange through, and he's just knocked Glock out. Airways is out. Sammy is not improving. Sammy's backed out, so Sammy's done. So we're losing Glock, Airways, Sammy, LOI Colin, and Mechanical from Q2. Pink setting the pace again, Rick P2, Bobo P3. And then again, very close after that, Armar, Paulie Orange, JJ within half a tenth. And then Kieran, Harold, Flicks, and pretty much just over a tenth separating them. Confirmation there. Pink setting the pace. Rick less than half a tenth behind. Bobo a few tenths back. But yeah, top 10 within 9 tenths. So got a lot closer in this Q2 session. Losing Glocker with Sammy, LOI Colin, and Mechanical. Yeah, I'll be honest, Kieran. If there was any track you were going to get Q3 on, this would be it. And like I say, I've raced with you before. I know you have good quality pace here. It's just a shame you shit in a race. As Harold pops in as well. Come on, Harold. Forza Alpine. But 2 Ferraris, 2 Astons through. Hasses in the Alpines, down to 1 apiece. JJ straight out on a fresh set of tyres. I'm just trying to work out how many sectors you're going to get through, Kieran. Because I think it'll be first lap where you shit the bed. As Kieran says, sorry Colin, I can't hear you from Q3. Ooh! Someone's head swelling. Oh, I love it. I love the banter. We got Flicks and Rick out on track at the moment as well. JJ will be first, so we'll stick on board with him. As Pink says, sorry Kieran, I can't hear you from a second a lap back. Ooh, only a second. Pink, have you lost it? I think Pink's getting old. JJ is going for another burner lap. So we'll jump on with Flicks. Who's backed out. So we'll jump on with Rick. I don't think anyone wants to set the first time. Ooh, bit of a snap there. As he was about to activate the DRS from Rick. Pink says, bring back party mode. I mean, I'll be honest, I miss the different fuel modes, popping it into Rich. And Rick up to the line, 109 flat for the first lap. Not as quick as I thought it'd be. Who is next? It'll be Paulie Orange. And Paulie Orange up to the line, 108.9. Ooh, good lap. Good luck pulling orange. Amar coming up to the line now, not burning, so I'm assuming he's just starting a hot lap or he made a mistake on that one. He's on for another. JJ pushing this time round. 109 flat, just ahead of Rick. And up to the line, 108.9, ahead of his teammate. Harold invalidated. Oh, Harold. Flicks. Well, he's 8 seconds under at sector 2, so that's a good start. Up to the line, 109.1, goes P5. You got Pink just in sector 3, Bobo just behind him on track as well. Pink now round that final corner. Run to the line, 108.1. What's Bobo got? A 115.2. I think Bobo might have made a mistake and backed out, gone for a burner. Amar improved on that second one, 108.9. Go on, Kieran, what have you got? These laps are getting quicker. Bobo's 3.7 under at sector 1. He needs more than that. See what his sector 2 is. 5.3 under. .108.4 goes P2. Amar's on an in lap, I think, and is going for another one. Hit the final corner now for Ant. .108.9. Stays where he was. I think he was just ahead of his teammate anyway, so that improvement's not moved him. JJ's just come back out. Bobo's on his way to the pits. So here we go, JJ going for another push now. Almost 2 temps improvement at sector 1. You'll get him into the 8s. Yeah, probably put him into P3 at the moment. Just the final 2 corners now. Kieran and Harold out laps. And JJ's back in. Pull the orange on an out lap as well. Kieran will be first across the line, so we'll jump on with Kieran. No added pressure. .23.9, sector 1. .47.9 sector 2, which isn't a bad time. Isn't a bad time. Might be up there 109 flat, just dipping into the 108s. Yeah, 108.9. Good luck, Kieran. Well done. Harold still got all his battery. Come on, Harold, you're better than this. Oh, 117 flat from Harold. That's not enough. Sorry. Pink's just started his lap. Holy orange is on his lap. 2 tenths under, sector 1. Sector 2, sorry. Poly orange 108.6. We got Rick next. Oh, is that Bobo who's made a mistake there in turn 4? I've just seen the yellow flag pop up around the Haas. Rick up to the line. It looks quick. 108.3 goes P2. What's Harold got on this run? 109.2. Leaves him where he is. P10. Wow. Pink has hit the wall. And Pink has lost his wing. So Pink's not improving. And Bobo's fucked it as well. I didn't expect that. Armar 108.7. We've got Ant and JJ on laps now. JJ coming up to the line. 108.6 goes P5. What's Ant got? 108.6. P4. There we have it. Pink on pole, Rick in P2, Bobo P3. Bobo not getting a clean run on that final one, making a mistake. Pink losing it at the final corner as well, probably too much curb. Spun hit the inside wall, lost his wing. Just confirmation of your top 10 there. I'll be back in a second. And I am back. And here we go, tyres, intermediates, wet start, intermediates for everybody. Here we go, this one will be fun. Easy to make a mistake in these conditions. And Pink's overshot his marks as well, so he's starting a metre or so back. Five lights. And away we go. Good start from Bobo. Straight up round the outside of Rick. Hindsight lost 2 positions there. Kieran's lost 2 as well. Oh, he's fighting back at Glock. Oh, side by side, Glocker, it's a patch of grass. Kieran's backed out, I think. Yeah, he has. That was close, that could have been chaos. Bobo seems to be pushing. He's right on the back of Pink. Flicks up past Armagh. I think that's cost Armagh because Harold's going round the outside as well. I think Glock had a moment out of that corner as well. Glock sideways there, into the corner. I don't know if he were collected or if there were any contact or it was just under braking, but yeah, Glock seems to be a bit squirrely there in these conditions. I did see a bit of wing fly up off someone as well. Not sure who that was. Glock back up the inside of Kieran. They've lost some time to the guys ahead. Bobo still all over the back of Pink. And Rick is losing touch. Just a second between Rick and Bobo, but only 3 tenths between Bobo and Pink. Down to 2 tenths. So Bobo seems confident in these conditions. Oh, Rick's off track. He's took the escape road. He's come on behind Ant. So it's not going the way Rick had wanted it to at this point in the race. And Bobo's still keeping Pink honest at the front. Rick back past Ant on the straight. But now 4 seconds behind. Sorry, 4.3 seconds behind Bobo. Pink has a yellow fuel light. So does Flicks, Harold. Chip, James Brown and Hindsight also have the yellow fuel light. And Bobo's got Pink. I missed that. And that gap to Rick's come down as well. By 6 tenths. Airways up past Kieran. Is Pink going to go for a move? No, he's not quite close enough. Rick setting the fastest lap. So it'll take a few laps for these lads to grow into these conditions. The laps will get quicker and quicker. But from what Pink said, it's a wet to dry race, so we will expect it to go dry at some point, and we'll see lap time start tumbling when that's about to happen. But for the minute, it does look very wet still. You can see the water bouncing off the track. This Pink's almost sideways though. But Rick's pulled in another half a second. Even more 7/10 now. This lap. See what Pink does here now. Harold up past Flicks. Amar up past Flicks. I think Flicks might have made a mistake there. It's cost him 2 places. Harold going defensive. Amar round his outside. Glock trying up the inside of Flicks. Still side by side. And Flicks, yeah, won't give that up. Rick's got that gap down from 4.3 down to 2.7, 2.6. I will say, given the conditions, racing's been good from what I've seen so far. Very tricky conditions, but they're doing well. .7 now from Pink to Rick. Glock's still all over the back of Flicks. Eli Colin up past Mechanical. Bruges getting past as well, so I think Mechanical might have made a bit of a mistake there. Probably got caught on that curb on the outside. The middle of sector 2 out on left. Rick, fastest lap. Track still doesn't look like it's drying though. These front three definitely seem to be in their own race. 5.5 seconds over that. Oh, Pink's made a mistake. Pink got caught out on that curve that I was talking about a lap ago, and Rick is through. So, Rick in P2 now, and driver standings wise, 2 points separating them. And as it stands, Rick gains 4 points on Pink, so that'll put Rick in the lead by 2 points. Still plenty of time to go, we're only 8 laps into it. Not even a quarter of the way yet. But Bobo getting past Pink and Pink making a little mistake there. Is the pressure on Pink now? Rick's not gaining on Bobo. And we've got a bit of field spread now as well. And this is why I think this is the worst track to race at. It is horrendous from a comms and spectator POV. We have these little packs now, these little groups, but it's not quite possible to make an overtake unless someone makes a mistake. Bobo setting the fastest lap. And then everyone just follows through. We've got Kieran, the lead of this third pack. Second pack, really, I don't know. Pink, 3 tenths, 2 tenths. Having a look up the inside of Rick, but not close enough. Out the final corner now. Bobo fastest lap again. Pink fastest lap. Is he close enough to make a move? No. Still doesn't appear to be drying, but seeing multiple fastest laps now, I think it's just down to the drivers finding the comfort zone in these conditions. Still very possible that there'll be more mistakes. Rick closing in on Bobo, a few tenths there. That group with, well, Mechanical's fallen off the back of that group that's behind Kieran. Mars trying to bridge the gap to JJ and pull the orange ahead. He's just breaking that second marker to Harold. Down to 1.3 at the front now. And I think, has the rain stopped? The rain stopped falling, right. So now we'll see these lap times tumbling. Yeah, Rick fastest lap, Pink fastest lap. But the rain has stopped falling, so the lads are burning more battery now. Mechanical, Chip, Hindsight, James Brown into the pits, and they've all gone for the hard tyres. So they think it's dry enough, but we've not seen DRS activated yet. Rick is within a second of Bobo though. Do any of the leaders pit? No, they don't. Bobo fainted a move. Rick fastest lap again, 19.7. So it's definitely getting quicker. Look at the gap between Colin and Bruce. It's 26 seconds that when I looked at it then. He's lost 3 tenths already, 5 tenths, 6 tenths. Glock up past Flicks. Flicks back past Glock. 28 seconds for Colin now, so he's losing. He's lost 2.5 seconds, and Bruce is pitting. I hope Bruce isn't following him and putting the hards on. He is. Oh, Bruce, what are you doing? You were pulling away from him. As Chip goes around Mechanical, does it? No, Mechanical went defensive. I agree with what you're saying, Ben. No way the McLaren will win with his low fuel. It's not a track you go low fuel on. I agree. And starting wet as well, I find you burn more in the wet on this game than you used to. The older ones used to save fuel in the wet, but Rick and Bobo pitting. Bobo's gone for mediums, Rick's gone for hards. Pink stared out. I thought it was still too damp. I'd have said, have we seen the DRS activation yet? So we still don't have DRS yet. Which would suggest it's still too damp, but I don't know, Bobo. Yeah, Bobo's losing time to Airways. They've gone too early. Pink's now boxing. I don't know if I'm missing something here, but the lads are losing time. Bobo's lost 2 seconds to Airways. JJ stared out. I think JJ's right. Glock stared out. I think Glock's right. Look, Pink's come out 5 seconds ahead of Bobo. Bobo's pitted a lap earlier and he's on softer tyres than Pink. He's now 4.5 seconds behind. It's too damp. Let's watch Pink's gap to Glock. Oh, Almar's tumbling down, got yellow flags in sector 1. And the gap from Pink to Glock is going up. Pink's lost about 3 seconds. Three and a half seconds to Glock now. The gap's just going up. It's not dry yet. The gap was 3 seconds. It's now up to 7.3. Yeah, completely agree, Ben. The Inters are the best tyre so far. We've still not seen the DRS activated. But yeah, them Inters, they're still pulling away from the dry runners. Almar's in the pits. I'm assuming that's because he's got wing damage. Yeah, he has. Over 8 seconds now from Glock to Pink. Like, the track might look dry, but it is definitely not, because these lads are struggling. Even Bobo on the mediums is struggling. Rick's past him now. That gap from Pink to Glock is up to 9.5 seconds. And we're just coming up to the halfway point of the race. I'll be honest, Dan, I don't think the hard runners will make it to the end as well. It's quite a high-wear track now. I think it's a mandatory 2-stop. But that gap, it's the gap from Glock to Pink I'm watching, 9.7. That's the first it's come down since they've changed. So, is this the lap it's changed? No, because it's going back up. Yellow flags, sector 1, that is Flicks. In a wall. He's trying to get in reverse. He's lost his front wing. Bobo and Rick still fighting. The gap between Pink and Glock's now over 10 seconds. Another yellow flag. That's a full safety car, right? So JJ and Glock have built over a 10-second lead and now have a free pit stop. Yeah, and they do pit. And you know, they might have played an absolute blinder though, strategy-wise. The Inters were still the tyre to be on. So Pink, Rick and Bobo go through. Bobo's definitely not making it to the end. I think Pink and Rick will struggle. I don't think JJ and Glock can get to the end, to be honest, on them. Paulie Orange pits. He's popping mediums on. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to think. To me, the Inters were still so much faster. You had JJ and Glock on 17-lap-old Inters still pulling time on Pink on fresh hards. It was still too wet, but now everybody is on dry tyres. Yeah, Pink's now saved his fuel. Chip hasn't. Neither's James Brown, but everybody else who had the light has. Oh, Pink's is back on. So Pink's borderline. So Sammy pitted there, and Paulie Orange, JJ Glock, Eli Colin Kieran, Flicks and Hindsight. Flicks, I'm guessing, was because of the wing damage. It was the cause of the safety car. But it'll be an interesting watch from now for these last 17 laps, 16 racing laps, whatever we get once the safety car comes in. Might even be less than that with the field spread we've got. Yeah, some big gaps across the field there. I'll be back in just a second. Field's starting to bunch up now, but James Brown's been back in, Flicks has been back in for softs. I'd expect to see him pit again, which will just prolong the safety car. Who are you cheering on, Ben? Crying face there that the McLarens ended up saving fuel, so I'm assuming you're not a Pink fan. Oh no, Flicks has stayed out. Unless he expects the safety car to stay out another lap and he'll pit a lap later and prolong it even more. Safety car in this lap, it's not waiting for him to bunch up, so if that was his plan, it's backfired. Now, track will have dried up over this last couple of laps. Pink, Rick and Bobo, 5 and 6 lap old tyres, opposed to JJ Glock on the 2 laps. Let's see what that difference means, if it means anything. Obviously, track temps will have been cold. But it was greasy, so I'd have expected them to do a lot of sliding, which might have added worse. So we'll see. Pink is away. He's got us going. Harold was very close to Glock there, making a move. Ended up just staying behind and has dropped a couple. Chip and Paulie Orange fighting. You got yellow flags. Again, I don't know what that was for. Bruges up into P8. Didn't expect that. He's done 8 laps on his hards. So he definitely pitted too early. JJ's just lost that second to Bobo. But Bobo's tyres are going to be dead soonish. They're definitely not going to the end. As Ben says, definitely the McLaren guy. Does that mean you're cheering on the McLaren guy? It doesn't sound like you are. And up past Mechanical, Sammy past Mechanical. Pink, fastest lap, a 1:17.2. Right, so track's definitely dry enough now. As Collins in the pits. New front wing. Paulie Orange up past Bruges. Bruges has got wing damage now. And he's up past Chip. Chip's fighting it back. And had a bit of a slide there as well. Airways up past Harold. DRS is active now as well, so we are definitely full dry conditions. For some reason the game's still telling me there's a yellow flag in sector 1. Pink, fastest lap. And this will extend his lead from 2 points to 7 points. Oh, Glock's tumbling down. Glock's had a mistake at turn 1. I don't know if he was assisted in it. Chip round Sammy. Bruges still going on despite his wing damage. Harold still on the back of Airways. But Pink's broke DRS to Rick and Bobo's slowing down now. I think his tyres, he's used the best of them. JJ within his DRS now. And we've got yellow flag for a Red Bull. It's Flicks again. As Pink sets another fastest lap. Glock up past Bruges into turn 1. Glock having another moment there. So we got these little DRS trains, but it's not a track you can overtake on, so everyone tends to be following everyone round. And Bobo into the pits now. 11 laps to go. Will we see others in? He's put a set of hards on now. Will we see the rest go for another stop? That is the question. Sammy were close to making a move on Bruges there, but backed out of it. Bruges still struggling with this wing damage, but on a track that's so hard to overtake, it's worth staying out and holding everyone up, keeping the position. We got yellow flags again, and it's a full safety car again for Flicks again. Which gives the lads a chance at a cheap pit stop again now. Pink, Rick in, Bobo pitted a lap early. You know, 1 lap later, they all follow each other in, but Rick's gone for mediums, Pink's gone for hards. Airways 10-second penalty. Ooh, that could be very costly. Couple of people deciding to stay out, risk it. Another 10 laps left. Sammy, oh, will he get to the end on them hards? I don't think he will. I think that's too many laps. LY, Colin, Kieran, the same. I think it's too many laps. Bobo's back up to P7, but Bobo's got a penalty. I missed that. Bobo, 10-second penalty speeding in the pit lane, I'm guessing. Airways 10 seconds, James Brown 10 seconds. Interesting. Yeah, speeding in the pit lane. And then he pitted a lap earlier, and then the safety car's there, which has screwed him. As Ben says, he's clearly the quickest driver on track. He looks on course for the win. Seems like he was fuel saving in the first stint, which explains why he dropped those 2 positions. To be fair, he has been probably the fastest driver in the league for a number of seasons. He's a 4-time champion here in Tier 1. But he's lost the last 2 championships. I say lost, he's bottled the last 2 championships. And this one is between him and Rick, and there's 2 points in it before tonight's race, so he does look like he had a good strategy. His quali pace was definitely quicker than anyone else's, but in dropping them 2 positions, I wouldn't say he was fuel saving that early. I don't think Pink would. I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think he'd be fuel saving that early. Oh, sorry, Pink's actually... See, he's that comfortable driving at the front that he's corrected me on him bottling the last 2 championships and said it's the last 4 that he's bottled. Sorry, Pink, I can't even insult you correctly. Be interesting to see what happens here to Sammy, Colin and Kieran. They're sort of going to be that cork in the bottle, I think, for JJ, Bobo, Airways, Harold, everyone behind. Obviously a difficult track to overtake. The tyres are going to be a lot worse. I don't think they'll make it to the end, so I think they'll end up boxing anyway. But it's just going to allow Pink and Rick to pull away at the front. So I think you've got a 2-horse race for the win. Rick's, he's gone for opposite tyres to Pink, which I respect. Probably the only tyres he had left, depending on what he picked. But the faster tyres, less than 10 laps left, he will make it to the end. It's just whether or not he's got enough life in him to fight Pink to the end. And then, yeah, JJ, Bobo, Airways, Harold, Glock. It's just how quick they can get past the three ahead on the used tyres. It's mechanicals, pitted again, fresh set of mediums. I'd expect safety car be in this lap regardless of if he catches up or not. There you go, safety car in this lap, so Pink will start back in the field up now. Still a lot on the line yet. There'll be 7 laps to go once he crosses the line. When does he go? There he's gone. Right on the exit of the embankment. But Rick wasn't napping. He's gone with him. Don't think anyone were caught napping there, to be fair. Apart from James Brown, Flicks has got him. Harold put past Glock. I think Glock, that might have been Glock having a go at Harold and Harold getting it back. Kieran tumbling down the order. There's a Haas spinning. That's Bobo. Oh, Bobo right to the back of the grid. It looks like chaos here. We're almost 4 wide. Harold up the inside. LOI Collins got wing damage. The Ferrari of Kieran's got wing damage. Oh, we're still multiple wide. 3 wide through that corner there. Ferrari, Williams, that's Kieran Chip and LOI Collin, I think it was. Fucking chaos. Fucking chaos. Yeah, that's LOI Collin in the pits. He's got wing damage. Bobo stared out. Bobo got away without damage. That's very lucky if he has. Kieran has wing damage. It seems to be quite substantial as well. He's missing half a wing. Chip up past Kieran. Flicks trying to go past Bruges, and I think Flicks has just hit the back of Bruges. Yeah, Flicks has got wing damage. Bruges was having a look up the inside of Kieran, and Kieran just turns in. Pushes Bruges straight over the curb, and now Flicks is going past Bruges. Glock up past Airways. I don't know where Glock's got away scot-free though. No damage. Yeah, that's... I'll be honest, it didn't look good at all. It looked quite stupid. Yeah, Kieran off track there, and it's mechanical rejoining. Just idiotic. Let's forget that. I'm not even looking at that group anymore. Rick, still within half a second of pink. So what happens on a track where it's hard to overtake? Everyone gets desperate to attack and everyone gets desperate to defend, and it just results in stupidity. Rick with the DRS on pink now. He's got more battery as well, but he backs out early knowing he's not going to get it done. JJ up past Sammy now. JJ on that podium. That third place spot, which has all come from staying on the inters long. And Glock is behind Sammy as well. Glock was the other who stayed on the inters long, so they both benefited from that. Let's have a look at the position change for them two. You got Glock up 6 and JJ up 3, just from staying out on inters. Bruges up past Flicks. I think Kieran, I don't know if Kieran's give the position back to Colin or what, but he's now behind James Brown. Sammy still holding Glock behind, 3 laps to go, but he's got to be close to puncher territory with them laps now. Them tyres now, the amount he's done on them, 15 laps. Oh, Glock having a wobble as he touched the curb there. Yellow flag in sector 1. Who's that? Kieran. Kieran and Hindsight. River coming together. Both have damage. Well, Kieran's still rocking the wing damage from earlier. Rick is unable to gain on pink. Can't challenge him. Bobo up past Bruges. Bobo up past Chip. If Chip and Bruges can stick with Bobo, they might actually get into Erway's 10-second penalty as well. Hindsight and Kieran both in the pits, both with 10-second penalties, both pit and quit. Great job. Two laps to go. Rick 1.8 behind now, so Rick has backed off. I think he's just settled on the factor, bringing it home. JJ giving Sammy DRS is helping keep Glock behind, and the rest of that pack. Bruges up past Chip now. but they've lost 2 seconds to Bobo, so that'll have them outside of Airways' penalty. I know Bobo's got a 10-second penalty himself, so he'll drop behind them there, but Airways will drop down to, where's that, P11? But we're getting to that point where them medium tyres start to go as well, so Glock on old mediums, Sammy on really old hards. If Sammy don't get a puncher, he's done something brilliant. Last lap now. Pink looks completely in control. JJ, 3-second penalty. And he's tumbled down a few places. What has happened? Airways has dropped. I don't know if there's been contact there as JJ's rejoined. Amart up the inside of Harold. Yellow flags now. Airways just pulling out the way, I think. Just letting people pass. I tell you what, JJ's just thrown away a podium, picked up a penalty, potential incident. I didn't see what happened. Pink takes the win. And Sammy, 18 lap old hards, looks to have taken 3rd place for the Haas. In the battle with Alpine as well, which is crucial. Well done, Sammy. What a drive. What a drive. Glock, you know, unfortunate. But yeah, that first decision, Glock and JJ staying out on them inters, helping them massively. And then, yeah, just throwing it away at the end. I'll tell you what, I agree with the game. Sammy is the driver of the day. I think, you know, P13 to P3, getting as many laps as he did on them hards, holding the likes of Glock, Polly Orange, Amar, Harold, and back. Obviously, JJ got that penalty at the end and whatever happened, but I think Sammy had a brilliant race that did well at the end. So, yeah, I agree with Sammy taking driver of the day. It looks like Airways left before the session ended, so he's been classed as DNF'd. But yeah, Pink taking the win, extending that lead from 2 points to 7. Pink, Rick, Sammy, our podium. We'll get them in for an interview now. I'll fire them some invites. Pink, Rick. Where's Sammy on the list? There we go. Party invite sent to the free. I'll be back in just a second. And then back. Who have we got? Rick and Pink. No response from Sammy yet. Right, Sammy's not here. We'll just crack on, lads. Yeah, start with Rick, P2.
Hello.
Evening, bud. Obviously, second in the championship before tonight's race. Second in tonight's race. Probably not what you wanted, but I was the race as an overall.
Very difficult. Um, yeah, changeable conditions, Bobo and I both thought it was time for dries, and then we went out on dries, and it was just slip fest. So it's a wonder I didn't crash because I was on the hards, he was on the mediums. So um, yeah, it's I don't know. I've got a bit of a mixed feeling, you know. On one hand, you know, amazing drive from Pink again, you know, insane pace, couldn't match it. So, um, but yeah, on the other hand, I know I did the best I could. So yeah, I'm disappointed, but not too disappointed. And it's
Yeah,
you know,
not disappointed
it's
in yourself, just
yeah,
disappointed in the result.
it's
Which
still all to play for, of course. So
that's it. It's all going down
yeah,
to the final race of the season. 7 points. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Anything can happen. Yeah, it was strange that first stint. So I saw a couple of the lads who were further down. Once the rain stopped, they pitted straight away. Now, I think one or two of them had wing damage, so I can understand why they tried to jump the gun.
mm,
But then people started following them in the next lap and the lap after, and I'm on comms saying, no, they're losing time. Stop, don't pit. It's still too wet. And then I see, yourself and Bobo pit. And then Pink pitted like a lap later or whatever. And I'm like, no, it's still not dry enough. And JJ and Glock stared out and was still pulling probably around a second a lap.
yeah, that's the thing, you know. I personally, I thought if I pit that lap, basically the next lap, the track was going to be dry enough,
Yeah.
and turns out it didn't. So very, very tricky. I almost crashed a couple times. So
It seemed like the point it did get dry enough was while the safety car was out.
yeah, the second one. The first one still felt a bit iffy
Oh,
sometimes,
did
but
it? Because they'd activated DRS after that first safety car, so I
yeah,
just assumed it was dry enough then.
yeah. Well, it was dry enough for dries, but
Still not great.
especially on some corner exits, it still felt a little bit tricky for me at least. So yeah, the second safety car definitely during that one it was definitely dry enough at that point. But yeah,
Well, yeah, well, you might be disappointed with the result, mate. Still P2, still a great drive. You took the fight in that early stint. You were in the lead at one point, and yeah,
was I?
I
I
thought
don't
you
think
got
I
I
was.
thought you
No.
got pink early, and then he got you back, and then Bobo came through. Or am I
Well,
wrong?
first stint I made a mistake at some point,
Oh
so
no, you did.
I
You
lost the
sorry,
position.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. No, you went off. You took the run off.
Yep.
You ended up like 4 seconds back, but then pulled it back in. Got within a second. You look quick after that mistake. To be fair,
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, you set a couple of fastest laps as well. Sorry, it were Bobo who'd got past Pink. Yeah, my bad. Uh, yeah, Pink. Another. Yeah, I've got to say it's a track where quality is important, and obviously the race started wet, so maybe a little less so, but you did what you needed to in quali.
Yep, that was intense.
Obviously, quali probably didn't go the way you wanted it to. That mistake right at the end.
No, I was on for a 7-9.
Yeah, I flicked down to catch the end of your lap, and then saw you in a wing and in the
You did
wall.
get it at the perfect time. Sideways.
Yeah, just saw you reverse, and then bits of wing fly everywhere.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. Yeah, quali was good. The wet was pretty awful.
So you weren't a fan of
Uh,
it while it was wet,
I did
no?
the same mistake as Rick, just a few
Yeah.
laps later.
That's why I got past him at some point.
See, what was it? Was it did you get caught on that outside curb?
The outside curb, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you had. I didn't realise that's what you'd done, Rick, because it looked like you were driving off to the car park and then came back. you
Well,
you fully followed the escape route, like.
yeah, well, because at that point I was fully on the curb, and I was like, okay, if I try to steer right now, I'm probably gonna go straight on, so might as well take the runoff and get a somewhat decent
Fair
rejoin.
enough.
Because I couldn't control the car at that point. I was like, ah, fuck it,
You
I'll
see,
go
as
left.
I flicked on board with you, I just caught you going off the track
Yeah.
on the runoff, and then coming all the way around that little gravel trap and back on. I was like, "Where's he going?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I assumed Pinker got caught on that curb, and that's where he lost that position.
Yeah.
What do you think when you switched to the dries? Did you think it was too early? Did you react to the other lads pitting, or?
Bobo and Rick pitting, I knew it was too early, and I wanted to go a few more laps, but the tyres were just starting to degrade anyway, so I thought it was going to be fine. Switching to hards, and then I come out on hards, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, that's it. I was watching the gap, obviously, from the lads who'd pitted earlier to the Inters runners, and they were losing time. And then, like when Bobo Rick pitted, I'm watching again, and they were losing time. Then you pitted. You came out, I think it was 3 seconds behind Glock, and before that safety car, it had gone up to 10.5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm sat here thinking, this is insane. Like they've pulled a blinder here. I thought they might have been able to get in and out before you, but obviously that wasn't the case. You three sort of went back past them on the first safety car.
Yeah.
Bobo went for the medium tyres, which I thought was a risky move. Obviously, it depends what tyres you've got available, but I thought it was a risky move. Knowing neither of you had got to the end, or I wouldn't have thought until Sammy went and bloody did it.
I reckon the hards would have been close.
I think
I didn't think the hards would get anywhere near it. I thought you'd have got about 14 laps out the hards.
Because it was slightly slippery still, we couldn't push as hard, so the tyres weren't wearing too much.
and that stint was partially under a safety car, so
Yeah, but 18 laps from Sammy on them hards, I think.
I'm gonna be honest, that was also my original plan. Like,
Was it?
let's try and get to the end, yeah. But then
Oh.
second safety car came out, so yeah.
See, I looked at it thinking that's risky. That he's not going to make it, and I was waiting as he dropped. JJ got past him, and I thought, right, he's going to be a sitting duck now. He's got Glock on fresher mediums, and then I think Harold and Airways were on fresher tyres, but he didn't. He held his own. He kept within DRS of JJ, and then JJ made a mistake on either the last lap or the penultimate lap and put Sammy back in P3. And yeah, he held on to it. But yeah, great race from yourselves. Pink obviously taking the win there, just extending that championship lead a little bit before the final race. How are you feeling about Austria?
I don't know.
Is there any pressure?
Well, considering the last 4 seasons, even with a 7-point
Hey,
lead,
I didn't want to say it, you did.
even with a 7-point lead, I think the ball is still in Rick's court. Let's be honest.
It's been a while for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this finale. I think it's going to be entertaining, and like I say, everything's on the line there now for that final race. It's not often we get Tier 1 going down to the final race of the season, so it's great to see. Yeah, it's great for me anyway. Well done, lads. Great job. Thank you everyone who's tuned in. Thank you everyone who's commented. Make sure you join us next week for season finale here of season 15.